They said he was too small, too shy, and too fragile to survive professional football. He wasn't flashy, he didn't talk much, and he definitely didn't look like the next big thing. But when Lionel Messi stepped onto the pitch, everything changed. From being rejected by doctors to dominating billion-dollar teams, his journey wasn't just unlikely, it was almost impossible. So how did this quiet kid from Rosario become the greatest of all time? To understand that, we have to go back to the beginning. Let's go back to where it all started. He won't be able to grow like other kids or play sports professionally, said the doctors about Messi when he was just a child filled with dreams and burning with fire. He joined a small club, Grandoli, at age 5, where he scored within minutes. His grandmother used to take him to every training, attend every match, and always clap the loudest. She passed away when he was 10. It's for her. Every goal I score is for my grandmother, said Messi in an interview. As every time he scores a goal, he points towards the sky, paying tribute to his first supporter, his grandmother. At age 7, he joined the club that Maradona played for, Newell's Old Boys. He was known for scoring 100-plus goals a season as a child and was locally known as La Pulga because of his size and the way he maneuvered with the ball. It also said that teams used to refuse to play if they knew Messi was in the Newell's lineup. At age 10, he was diagnosed with growth hormone deficiency. The treatment wasn't affordable as well. $1,500 per month was required for his treatment. His dream was shattered. However, little Messi did not lose hope and kept going as if a lion hunted for its prey. Messi's father used to send his videos of him playing for European clubs. Barcelona scout Carles Reixach watched a video of Messi juggling with both his feet, knees, and head and said, "Sign him immediately." Lionel Messi's contract with Barcelona's academy was signed on a napkin at a restaurant. He left for Spain with his father, left his family, his friends and culture, and came to a foreign land all for his passion, his dream. At La Masia, he didn't speak a lot or make many friends. They called him El Mudo, the mute. His coaches used to say that he only spoke on the pitch and only with the ball. It was as if he spoke and the ball listened only to him. He would go past 4 to 5 people and score a goal and walk back normally. Barcelona knew the gem they had acquired and paid for his treatment, and he received injections every night and trained daily. They were building an unstoppable machine. Barcelona's coaches said that he was too good for his age. They realized that he was something special, something never seen before, a wonder. He showed that he was different. It was difficult to read him, to control him. Soon people started to recognize the magic. The little boy from Rosario will soon crumble football giants. At 16, Leo humiliated the senior Barcelona team. We knew then he was different, a freak, said a show of talent. People doubted and criticized, too small, too fragile, too quiet to be a leader. He was seen as a mere backup. People focused on the other stars like Ronaldinho, Henry, and Eto'o. They thought he was just a bench warmer. People hadn't yet recognized the genius, the most lethal player that had entered the world of football. However, in the meeting rooms, Pep Guardiola and Johan Cruyff were examining closely. They didn't just recognize the sheer talent, but knew they had acquired a weapon. Pep Guardiola believed that Lionel Messi is not just a player, he's a system, a team. He started designing a team built around Messi, a midfield that fed Messi, that made him into a goal-scoring machine. Pep was bringing a revolution, and Messi was his motto, his flag, his agenda. Messi is untouchable, Guardiola said this in 2008, and this is true even up till now. Barcelona was preparing a cheat code, a teenager who would make legends question their skills. The signs were already there. He disgraced Juventus. He vanished past the defenders, and his overwhelming performance even made Juventus manager Fabio Capello wish to sign him, who said, "Who is this kid?" Barcelona refused. They knew the value of the lottery they possessed and wouldn't sell it for any offer. Then the hungry teenager faced the furious Chelsea in a Champions League match. Messi, with his simple yet uncanny skills, infuriated the defense so much that Del Horno received a red card after repeatedly fouling, and Messi walked off with an injured thigh. Nevertheless, he had made his mark and had brought the entire stadium to its feet. The English press stopped doubting and started whispering now. He faced Getafe and scored a goal that shocked the footballing universe. History in the making. His true arrival, the real strike. The thunder won't come in an empty stadium or a training match, but it would come in football's most violent and brutal fixture, El Clasico. against the $1 billion Galacticos. Messi, just 19 years old, would go to war now against one of the top clubs in the world. He stood no chance against Barcelona's cheat code, Lionel Messi. The clock stopped. It was a draw, but the fans, the media, the managers and the players were all shocked at what they had just seen. Football had just changed, and it was a beautiful change. The next day, the people weren't talking about Sergio Ramos's header or even Ronaldinho's skills and plays. Who and what were they talking about then? Messi makes Madrid kneel. Sport. A star is born in Barcelona. El Paye. The next Maradona? No. The first Messi player who had made history. Ronaldinho, who was once Messi's idol and favourite player, said about Messi that he's the most special player I've ever seen. These comments by players who were so experienced that they had achieved everything and were at the end of their careers spoke volumes of how special Messi was since the very beginning. After years, Casillas talked about this night and admitted, "That night, we realised this kid wasn't just talented, he was a monster in disguise." Barcelona, which was slowly fading, was brought back by Messi. He was now the present and the bright future of Barcelona. In the middle of all this recognition, appreciation and fame, you'd expect Messi to be going places and showing off his success. However, in line with his humble and silent personality, he trained normally the next day, like he had not just made the top players in the game awestruck. He gave no interviews or parades. A journalist asked him about his first hat-trick, and he hesitated. "I was just trying to help the team." That is Messi, the best in the world, but humble. No drama and no noise, just hard work, burning desire, and sheer purpose. After the game, Barca changed strategies. Messi had more central roles. He played as a playmaker rather than a winger. Barcelona started becoming Messi's team, and he would move on in the future and take his team to places and show it heights of success. At Camp Nou, the chants changed from chanting Ronaldinho's name to songs about Messi. Something big was happening, and a change was coming. He was a leader, but not the one who wears an armband or gives speeches. He did give speeches, but most of the time he led with his game. He created chances, made plays, and most importantly, led with humility. How will this kid move on to become an 8-time Ballon d'Or winner, a World Cup champion, and the most complete player in football history? It wasn't just God-gifted talent, but the talent was backed by hard work, commitment, and consistency. Ronaldinho transferred to Milan. Messi became the new number 10 of Barcelona. Since then, number 10 became associated with Messi. Every kid, no matter where in the world, would want the number 10 jersey with Messi engraved on its back, just like it was engraved on the hearts of the millions of Messi fans around the world. This success that he has achieved wasn't overnight. He worked in silence, didn't publicize on social media or any platform, but he trained in the scorching heat of Argentina, always arrived early at training, and still now, even in the peak of his career, when he had completed everything, he is the first to arrive at training, which shows his love for the sport. Messi played 4 FIFA World Cups, even went into the quarter-final once and the final once, but lost, and still he did not give up, and then prepared a team, or shall we say a pride of lions, which he led and won the most prestigious trophy of football with, the FIFA World Cup. In the years that followed Messi's first El Clasico, he went on to become the all-time top scorer in El Clasico history. He carried his team several times, clutched countless games, but never disappointed the badge on his chest or the fans in his heart. To understand the level of Messi, it is imperative to highlight the fact that he has gotten standing ovations in his rival stadium. That's why Messi isn't just a player, he is a legacy. Messi doesn't play football, Messi is football. It's not possible to talk about football and not mention Messi. For years, football belonged to Pelé, Zidane and Maradona, but on the 10th of March 2007 in Camp Nou, Messi created history, and he must have thought, it's my turn. Football belongs to him now. Whatever haters might say, FIFA favours Messi or that his matches are rigged. The truth stands that a kid with growth hormone deficiency came into the world of football, and with sheer dedication, immense hard work mixed with talent, went on to win 8 Ballon d'Ors, 35 titles with Barcelona, most man of the match awards in World Cup history, most goals for a single club, most goals in a calendar year, over 350 assists, and more than 800 career goals. Now that's a legacy that can never be forgotten. He blessed the game. I always had the dream of becoming a professional footballer. I never thought about being the best or breaking records. I just wanted to play. He not only became a professional football player, but also became the best, the GOAT, and it all started with a dream. Lionel Andrés Messi. There can never be another one.